What if I told you your brain can't tell the difference between a dream and reality? And what if I told you I went from being a scared, insecure kid on ADHD meds to a broke 22-year-old about to be a dad to building a multi-six-figure business in real estate by learning one powerful truth? And the most valuable thing that I could tell you and give you is mindset. I would strongly encourage all of you pick up a copy of this book. It's called 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. The thought process, habits, and philosophies of the great ones. So this is the way I either end my day or this is the way I start my day, with a combination of books, meaning writing my goals, read my Bible, and reading some kind of book, whether it be something about philosophy or something about business or something that is growth oriented. This is huge for all of us, and especially me, and I'm hoping that you can relate. The great ones separate truth from fact. While average performers tend to believe truth and fact are the same, the world class knows that there is a difference. The great ones are not only aware of the difference between truth and fact, but they also know how to use them both to get what they want. Now, did anyone grasp anything from that? So what is your goal? Tell me one of your big goals. You want to be an MREA agent. Okay. The fact is you're not an MREA agent, right? So your conscious mind is aware of that. Your conscious mind knows this is a table, right? So that is fact. You are not an MREA agent. Your subconscious mind, it doesn't know the difference between fact and false, right? And fiction, rather. Whenever you start telling yourself and feeding into your subconscious mind, I am a millionaire real estate. I am a millionaire real estate agent. Your two minds start to really butt heads, because there's friction that's created there. And in time, that congruency starts to take place. And in reality, you start to take actions to become that person that attracts that millionaire real estate mindset. But it can't just stop there. You have to internalize and visualize and affirm and constantly feed yourself and decide, this is who I'm gonna be, and believe it. And then things start to come together. Here's what I was teaching in this class. Your subconscious mind doesn't really know the difference between what is true and what you repeatedly tell it. Feed it fear, it delivers failure. Feed it faith and vision, and it will find a way to make it real. And honestly, I know this because I lived it. My name is Alex Worrell with the Worrell Real Estate team here in Atlanta. I wanted to share some of my story with you guys to give you some encouragement, because I truly do believe that you can train your subconscious mind to work in your favor and create the reality that you really aspire to and want to have. So a little bit of backstory about me. I grew up really struggling with school. In the third grade, I was diagnosed with ADHD. Well, at the time, it was considered ADD. Right in the middle of the 90s. This is when doctors and schools were really pushing Ritalin like it was the solution to every kid that couldn't sit still or focus in class. At 8 years old, I was put on a strong stimulant, amphetamine, Ritalin. My parents were really just trying to help me. They didn't know the negative side effects. I mean, no parent really could have had back then, because it was a newer drug. But for me, honestly, it really left a bad mark. It left me feeling scared and insecure and just not myself or comfortable in my skin. Honestly, I just kind of walked around feeling like there was something wrong with me. By high school, I was getting into all kinds of trouble. I was experimenting with drugs and really anything that could give me a sense of comfort. By college, I was getting arrested for incidents having to do with alcohol and anger. And fortunately, my parents were gracious enough to not run from the problem, but try to face it head on and give me an opportunity to go to rehab at a reasonably young age. I think I was 19 at the time. Thank God for that. Although I made a lot of progress in this season, my heart hadn't really changed yet. More than anything, really, I was just drifting. Finally made an effort to go back to college to finish my undergrad, and I got a call. Hello? Oh, you're pregnant? Yes, it's yours. I was about to become a father. Broke, unprepared, and terrified. Spoiler alert, this became one of the biggest blessings in my life, and I now have a beautiful 15-year-old daughter to show for it. At the time, it felt very heavy. My parents always encouraged and taught me to take responsibility for my decisions. So I dropped out of college and took the first job that I could find, repoing furniture in really tough neighborhoods in South Atlanta. Not an ideal job. Pretty much every day, all I could think was, is this really all my life will be? One day, in the midst of getting yelled at and cussed out at someone's front door, I had a come to Jesus moment. I got real with myself. My dad, God bless him, during this really tough season, turned me on to an audiobook, Dr. Kevin Elko, called Nerves of Steel, and it opened my eyes. If you never heard of this guy, drop a comment below and I'll try to get you a copy. I realized I could retrain the way I was living and thinking. From there, as I was driving around repoing furniture and making collection calls, all the time I was trying to find a new audiobook over and over, listening all day long, retraining and discovering this new way of thinking. I started reading books like The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. Over everything, I started dreaming again. And it became a matter of not if, but how was I going to create a different life for myself? I started seeing myself as successful long before I ever had any success. I retrained my mind over time to believe in something that hadn't even come to fruition yet. I started looking into ways that I could earn money and make money without having a degree. And I realized maybe real estate was my best way out. Day after day, I visualized it, I obsessed over it, and I surrounded myself with people that were way ahead of me. I went through the process of getting licensed while I was still working this job. And honestly, the first 5 years of real estate were brutal. I was super young at the time, 23, 24, had no real business acumen or experience, and it was tough. I never let my subconscious mind believe that I would fail. Year 5, I finally hit $150,000 in income. It was like something I had never experienced before. Year over year after that, it just continued to grow and grow. 14 years later, I look back and see God's provision carried me the whole time. My belief, or truth that didn't even exist yet, retrained my mind to create what He already had planned for me. So I say to you, what are your goals? What are the things that you have not done, or you're scared to do, or you want to do, that you're still holding off on even believing you can do? Pause for a moment, write it down, then rephrase it as if it's already true. Not, I want to be debt-free. Instead, I am financially free. Not, one day I'm going to own that $1 million home. I own that $1 million home. If you set that goal to be accomplished in the future and you put it in future tense, that goal is always going to remain in the future. Start seeing it. Start speaking it. Side note, start talking to ChatGPT about it. If you tell your goals and you ask it to help working on your mindset around creating this goal, it will do a lot to give you the mindset and reframe your mindset on a daily basis to help you continue to move forward towards that goal. Once your subconscious mind accepts this as reality, your conscious mind will start creating that reality. So here's the truth. Your mind creates your reality. First, you see it inside, then you live it outside. Maybe your vision is financial freedom. Maybe it's starting a business, or maybe it's buying that dream home where you can build your family's future. We'd love to make that a reality for you. Moral of the story is claim your vision today. Drop it in the comments, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and let's keep building that life you were created for together.